We're starting. Okay. So apparently Hangouts on Air is going away later this year for quick streaming. We have to try youtube.com/webcam. So that's going to be a lot of fun to configure and figure out.
All right. I don't.
Don't worry about it. It's not a big
Great. Deal. Fabulous.
Because we don't already have like 8 million things to worry about with technology. It's not like Google Hangouts doesn't always work for you. It's not like they don't always notify us when people start going live. It's not like, you know, your bandwidth needs to be configured in such a way that you're standing on one foot and, you know, holding your head above your hand above your head for like 36 hours before you can actually connect correctly to the gosh darn diddly servers at Google. And it's not like, all right, it's not like I have to hold tinfoil at my computer screen at yay degree angle. I don't know which angle this is. I think it's like, what's 60 plus 180? SDA. I don't know math. What is it?
What? Right, wait, what did you ask? 60 plus 180?
What's 60 plus 180? It's like, what, 240?
That would be 240, yeah.
I do not have a booger. Monkey, I made sure of that before I got on the air. I always make sure of that before I get on the air. Don't test me, bro. Right, I gotta email myself these stupid comments because, oh boy, do we have a lot this week. I made sure of it. Anyway.
Real quick, I have a couple of announcements. First of all, if you are still not aware of the fact that I now have an audiobook out and the sequel to said audiobook is going to be out, then have a link that is now in chat.
Word.
That is a thing.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
That's the announcement.
Okay.
Go get the audiobook.
So I guess I should do the intro because I didn't do the intro because I was just so pettily peeved about the Hangout stuff. All right. Anyway,
well, thank you for joining. Stresses me out. I'm not happy about that. No, I just got used to Hangouts.
I know, right?
It's been 10 years, and I just got used to it.
Exactly. Everyone, hello. Welcome to the Professionals. 4 minutes after the fact. You know, we're the professionals for a reason. I'm your lovely co-host. I'm your lovely host, WEEBO Jones, and with me tonight is my lovely co-host. There we go. Some American. Say hello, SDA.
Hello, SDA.
Yep, and SDA is here to stay because I got some comments from another person. We're gonna get into that at a later point. I have qualms, SDA. I'll share them with you later.
Okay.
Not with you. No. Right. I have qualms not with you, but I will share them with you and everyone else in the chat at a later point when we do stupid comment time. Because there's a thing. Oh, there's so many things. It's been so long. Okay, I want you to know it's been a time. All right. I was at work. I worked 20 hours overtime last week, so not nearly as many hours of overtime that I worked the week before. So I'm a little bit more energized today. And we're doing a Sunday show on my channel for the first time in like 2 weeks. So I have like all of this pent-up energy from recovery this weekend, which is why we didn't do the Midnight Power Hour. Like, I forgot that we were supposed to. I totally own that. That's all my fault.
It's all right.
Mm-hmm. And then one last thing. If you would like to donate to the show and make your money our money and, you know, help us two ladies prosper.
And you totally should because getting the audiobook costs you nothing.
That too. But there is also a link to the Streamlabs down in the description down below, so you don't have to donate through Google.
Exactly.
Google takes your monies.
Yeah. So so by the way, getting the audiobook is not an excuse not to donate because that costs you nothing. So you have the story and make your money our money.
Side tangent. Yes, I got out of prison. I wasn't in prison. I was in a university dorm in a basement.
I feel like people have never seen dorms before. They all look like that. Like I'm so confused. Like all of them look like that.
Well, okay. The university dorm that I was in had cinder block walls, whereas the one that I had freshman year and sophomore year, they actually had like. Well, there were cinder block walls immediately after the drywall that they placed over there to just kind of make it look a little bit more homely. And there was actually carpet on the floor instead of, you know, just the echoey space with pipes on the ceiling and all of this, you know, cold tile and sadness and darkness and being relegated to the basement. It was a time. All right. You know, it was free to stay there. But, you know, there was a lot. What is Corinne Forever doing in my chat? Corinne, don't you have like a whole bunch of streams to get to? Anyway, SDA, so we should probably get to the news because it's been a while and I'm out of the loop. But I heard that we almost went to war. You want to talk about how we almost went to war?
Yes, you know what? I am so out of the loop. I'm so out of it.
Okay.
We can talk about how we almost went. I do know about this. This I know about because my mom kept coming into my room while I was into my office actually while I was working. Like, hey, we're almost going to war, but we're good.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. We're not actually at war.
Stop it. And I was like, awesome. I like not going to war. So,
Trump warns Iran of obliteration like you've never seen before, which is a very Trumpy thing to say. Can we agree on that? But President Donald Trump warned the United States may launch a devastating military attack on Iran unless it comes to the negotiating table and drops its bid to develop nuclear weapons. This feels like same old, like, isn't this a discussion that we've been having for a while now?
I guess, real quick, I think something that we should talk about, though, is that what prompted this was that Iran, like, blew up one of our drones, and,
yeah,
you know, we did not do anything about that because that would have killed people, whereas what they didn't kill anybody. So he did not sign off on doing anything directly about that because that would have killed people. So
yeah,
just in case that doesn't talk, I don't feel like this is going to talk about that. Just I can't imagine why. I'm just not getting that tone from this. But they're going to. Okay, good.
Later on in the article, I can read. The comments were made during an interview taped Friday. Came the same day Trump confirmed on Twitter that he called off a retaliatory strike on Iran at the last minute Thursday night. He said he decided that the potential cost of human lives was not proportionate to shooting down an unmanned drone. Okay, which, frankly, I agree with. We don't have to go to war over some little tiny plane not tiny. Yeah, it is a tiny plane. Tiny plane where no one died. It was just a piece of technology. All right. Yes, probably an expensive piece of technology, but a piece of technology nonetheless. No one is, well, not no one. There are certain members of the public out there that are super into the idea of us going to war, despite the implications that comes with.
Trump ran on us staying out of war in the Middle East.
So this makes sense.
So it makes sense of him being very conservative of what he would actually, when it comes to actually taking action. But it also makes sense that he would say, if we're going to do something, we will blow you off the map. So please don't make us do something because we'd rather not. And yeah, so I don't disagree with the rhetoric, like, at all.
Yeah. The commander-in-chief said the response now should be increased sanctions on Iran's economy, which I've heard is kind of already in and not a good place, not a good time, not having a good time of it. So an increase on sanctions might actually be, well, I don't want to say worse, but more detrimental to them in the long run than just a retaliatory strike on whatever it was that you would rationale as being the target of blown out of the sky drone. Iranian officials want to negotiate that any deal would have to be about nuclear weapons. He also claimed that Iran had violated the nuclear agreement struck by the Obama administration and other world powers. They cannot have a nuclear weapon. They cannot have a nuclear weapon. They'd use it, and they're not going to have a nuclear weapon. Very, very concisely put there, Mr. President. Okay. Pause. All right. I have a little bone to pick with our president, and that is I don't like the way that he talks sometimes because it's not the most concise way to say things. Like there are definitely better ways to say them, not just like in terms of professionalism, but I mean in terms of you repeat yourself a lot. And it's really annoying because I don't like it when people repeat themselves, because I listened to you once and then I don't need you to repeat yourself. And that's just, it's a minor pet peeve of mine. I don't know how anyone else feels about it, but that's just me.
I've just come to accept it.
Yeah.
So I don't get mad about it anymore or annoyed by it. I think I've just accepted. Yeah, I think because I've accepted it, I just don't even think about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so moving on, because I feel like that's something that a lot of people have already covered recently, but I wanted to talk about it because I was busy most of the weekend and last week, and just, I have not been, I have not been in the know of things, and I ask people to be like, hey, give me a SparkNotes version of events, and they're just like, I had a taco on Tuesday, like a normal weirdo. And I say, cool, bruh, but that's not what I want to know exactly. But anyway, so we have more news, and this one is about feminists and how they mobbed an airport over sexist bathroom lines.
Wait, what? When did this happen? I didn't see this.
June 21st, 2019.
Okay.
The official Twitter account for Switzerland's Zurich Airport replied Friday morning to one complaining about lengthy wait times at women's restrooms by suggestion she take her grievances up with Mother Nature. So here's the tweet itself. Dear, the airport that she was talking to, when are you going to solve the problem with ladies' toilets? Hi, Laura. We are very sorry to hear you had to wait. There are many toilets all over the gate. We hope at your next visit at Zurich Airport, everything will work smoothly. Best regards from ZRH. Okay. All right. Hang on.
Why are you...
Unfortunately, we can't influence how long it takes a woman to go to the toilet. Certainly, the architects who built the airport didn't do this on purpose and included enough space for the women. Women need 2.5 times the provision that men need. But, listen to me, all right? Hear me out. Me thinks that's full of cockamamie. All right? Like... Women, we're aware of the fact that it does take us a little bit extra time to actually go to the bathroom. So this is not an architectural issue. This is more so just one of those things as a result of, our anatomy. Plus the fact that, a lot of women tend to wear pants over skirts in modern day society. So that involves, unbuttoning, unzipping, hoisting them down, and then sitting there and waiting for something to come out and finishing off, then wiping, and then hoisting them back up and buttoning, and then washing your hands. Guys don't... Okay, I don't know about you, SDA, but I've heard that guys don't tend to need to wash their hands as often when they go to the bathroom, like in that capacity, as opposed to the other capacity.
I also disagree.
You disagree? You need more time?
I disagree that they don't need to wash their hands.
No. I say they do need to wash their hands, but they are less prone to do it.
Yeah,
least
I mean,
in my experience.
But they don't.
I would prefer if they did. But
yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you get me. Okay.
I'm not saying that that's a thing
that. Yeah, I'm not saying that that's what guys do, but there's an awful lot of guys that I know that do that, and it grosses me out every time. But the other thing is, right? Okay. Sometimes, and Phasma4 brings this up, unitards. Yeah, don't women have shirts that essentially button up at the the apex of where the legs meet?
Yes.
Yeah, and so you have to not only. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have to.
No, they're called bodysuits. Okay,
they're bodysuits. So you have to
take off bodysuits. And so what they are is they're shirts that they button at the bottom. Essentially, they stay tucked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, they button at the bottom. They button at the bottom.
Women just like to make things a lot more difficult for
themselves. That's not why, okay?
It's totally why. What are you talking about?
That's not why, all right? Here's the thing. Here's the thing, okay? And also for any guys wondering like why women don't make the first move. Here's the thing. It's because we wear stupid shit like bodysuits to make ourselves look hot. That's why. because we're miserable and having to do stupid shit like have buttons at our crotch so we look skinny and stupid shit like that. That's why you guys have to make the first move. And why do we have to buy you dinner? Because these nails are expensive.
Okay, that's a completely separate tangent. But like, okay, if females wanted to cut down the time it takes to actually do this business, they would invest in, you know, the type of I think they're pregnancy-esque pants where they don't have to button up. You just basically pull up. They're like yoga pants, but not yoga pants. They have jeans and a jean element to them. They're like pregnancy pants, right?
Like
so they don't have a button and they don't have like a zipper, and they just kind of stretch in the forwards and the backwards. Where they would invest in skirts, or
and wear those skirts everywhere. Are like not even helpful.
True. Or they would invest in shiwis.
I'm sorry, do what the fuck now?
You've not heard of the shiwi?
I don't. You know what? Don't even tell me, because I don't want to know.
I have one.
I do not want to know. Also, do you ever wear rompers?
The last romper I wore, I think I wore in a video, and it was a white one, and then it broke soon afterwards. So no, I don't wear rompers because
I have like 30 of them.
You have 30 of them.
Those are not bathroom friendly either.
No, because you have to like take the romper off completely.
Yeah, you have to
like take it off from here.
Yeah, you have to take it off to go to the bathroom. Yeah.
So we should move on from the ladies' bathroom issue.
So women's clothes are not bathroom friendly.
No, and you know that's not an architectural issue. That's just a women issue. You could totally get away with not having to worry about that.
Real quick, while we're still on women's fashion, since Polly can't come on here to yell at us tonight for talking about girly topics, do you hate stupid flowy shirts as much as I do?
The flowy shirts? You mean the ones that don't quite hug the areas?
Yeah, the ones that are all in fashion for the past 5 years.
You mean the ones that make me look chumpy? Oh gosh,
the ones that have made us look pregnant because
no, not just pregnant, but like super big, because I don't know if you guys know this, but there's like an exceptional amount of jutting out here,
right? Because they go out to your boobs and then stop.
Yeah, and they don't like go back in.
They're cut, and that bullshit. I hate them because it's all that's being sold.
Yeah, I can't invest in that kind of nonsense.
It's pissing me off. Because it's all that's in fashion, so it's everywhere. And I'm like, can I just have a normal shirt? And I'm like, do you have anything that's not like this? And they're like, we have camis.
Yeah. No. All right. Sure.
All right, I'm done.
Okay, so let's talk about. Do you want to talk about? Trans athletes? What a good LGBTQ ally looks like, or dismantling capitalism by abolishing the family. We have 10 minutes.
Okay, let's do capitalism with families.
Okay, and then after that, we got to do the trans athletes because it's in the title. I put it in the title.
Okay. Oh shit! All right.
I'm a woman of my word.
I just want to hear the family thing. We'll speed through that.
Okay. So let me share this with you. STA.
Okay.
Nope, don't download the PDF. Want to dismantle capitalism? Abolish the family. Feminist theorist Sophie Lewis's new book looks at how rethinking pregnancy and the idea of family as forms of labor is essential to emancipatory politics.
Oh my God, my sociology of the family class, we talked about this. Sorry, we talked about how pregnancy is labor and all this it was a whole thing.
Go away. Oh God, this is going to be a long article, isn't it?
We don't have time for this. All right, go back to the other thing.
Okay, we'll save it for things and stuff time on Wednesday then. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because also this goes into a lot of sociology.
Yeah.
It goes into a lot of sociology stuff that I don't have time to explain right now. So
I blessedly managed to not take a sociology
class. I know I did it on purpose.
Oh, well then.
I find them interesting.
I took humanities classes more so, but they're not they're not quite exactly the same, but they're not super different. Anyway, Democrats unanimous as House passes bill forcing schools to let male athletes compete in girls' sports. The democratically controlled House of Representatives voted Friday 236 to 173 in favor of the Equality Act, which would require schools to include male athletes who identified as transgender girls on female sports teams. 8 Republicans crossed party lines to vote for the bill, which had unanimous Democratic support. The bill amends the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to make sexual orientation and gender identity protected characteristics under federal anti-discrimination law. Among other things, they would force public schools to expand female athletic teams to include biological males who identify as transgender females. Republican Florida Representative Greg Stebb introduced a last-minute amendment to the bill that would have preserved the Title IX protections of female athlete teams, but Democrats rejected it. Every House Democrat but one co-sponsored the legislation. The only Democrat who wasn't a co-sponsor, was Illinois Representative Dan Lipinski, announced his support for the bill following pressure from left-wing activists. People need to wake up. This radical bill is going to totally eliminate women in girls' sports. Arizona Representative, Debbie Lesko warned in an op-ed Thursday. Republican Missouri Rep. Vicky Hartziller and half a dozen other House Republicans held a press conference Thursday in opposition to what Hartzler dubbed the Inequality Act. Congress enacted Title IX to provide equal opportunities for women in education and sport. All this is erased under H.R. 5. 3 former elite female athletes, yada, 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 names warned that the Equality Act would wreak havoc on women's sports in an April 29th Washington Post op-ed. The legislation would make it unlawful to differentiate amongst girls and women in sports on the basis of sex for any purpose. For example, a sports team wouldn't treat a transgender woman differently from a woman who is not transgender on the grounds that the former is male-bodied, the former athletes wrote. Yet, the reality is that putting male and female-bodied athletes together is co-ed and open sport. In an open sport, females lose, the 3 women warned. So I don't think we need to continue on because it's pretty clear. Yeah. Makes sense. Well, not that, the bill makes sense itself. It's just, makes sense what they're trying to iterate, which is that, if you go through your entire life, developing as a male, and then you suddenly decide that you want to transition from male to female, that doesn't erase the however many years of development that you went through prior to that transition.
Real quick, I think in high school, though, here's where we get into like some really weird nuances of biology, and this is where things get weird. When you're talking about kids who are in high school, especially early on, if they've been on puberty blockers and then they go on to HRT early on, then their development is actually quite different than someone who goes all the way through male puberty would be.
Yeah. But there's also
it's not quite the same. We actually don't really know a whole lot about it, and this is where things get super muddy. And so they're not completely, I'm not saying that it's completely on the same level as being a biological woman. That's not what I'm saying. You don't have to crucify me, calm the fuck down. Okay. But what I am saying is that it's not as though they are entirely, on the same level as the man, because what you've done is you've stopped male puberty, and then actually in some cases you're kind of replacing it with female puberty, depending on when the kid transitions. So, because you're talking about high school sports here, this is where it gets really complicated.
Well, so there are very limited options for people with gender dysphoria to take, routes for them to actually go. That kind of like apex of like what it is that is the last option to get to is definitely transitioning. But knowing what we know about children and their development, especially mentally, is that it's not quite finalized until much later on in their lives at about 25, 26 years of age in terms of their brain. Of course, you know, some people mature faster, some people don't mature as fast. So there is a little bit of wiggle room there. But the thing to remember is that even at 21, me right now, currently, I have no idea what I want to do with the rest
I'm
of my
talking
life.
about physically.
Yeah, I know, but physically, in order to like make that decision, you have to mentally be like on that level. Yes, I want to transition. So
I
yes,
know, but I'm talking about like the physical stuff, because we're talking about we're discussing sports, right? And
yeah,
we're discussing the practical application of sports, and we're discussing what's actually happening right now. And what's actually happening right now is that kids are transitioning at whatever the fuck age, and there's nothing we can do about that. So, and so what's happening is that kids are being put on puberty blockers, and they're transitioning. I mean, look, I agree with you. I completely
don't
agree
put
with you.
the kids on puberty blockers, but that also brings up a whole nother thing.
Right. And I agree with you.
Cutoff, because it is different for every kid, regardless of if they're on puberty blockers or not. That cutoff is going to be a little bit different, depending on the sport, depending on the kid, depending on, you know, the state. Even, I mean, you're talking about deciding when it is acceptable for someone who is biologically male to be cut off from being accepted into female sports because on the basis of puberty blockers, right? And so they might not make that decision until a certain point in their life. But at what point in their life are you going to be like, nope?
All I'm saying is that, like, I'm not even talking about that. All I'm saying is that the practical application of this bill, like, because of what's going on, because look, I can't stop people from making stupid decisions about what to do with their kids. But the practical applications of putting people on puberty blockers is that you stop puberty from happening, and then if you replace the puberty, then you stop male puberty from happening. So physically, male puberty isn't happening. Just physically. So when we say like when we say a guy is developing as a man, and so then you have all of the male pieces and like muscle fibers or whatever, that's not going to be true for somebody who was put on puberty blockers and then, you know, was put on HRT as a kid and is now playing high school sports. Are they still going to have certain advantages? Yes, but it's not going to be the same as somebody who started doing HRT as an adult. It's just not the same. Mm-hmm. So like, that's where you get into these weird nuances in sports. And I'm only talking sports, and I'm only talking about what's actually going on. I'm not even putting my opinion into it. Mm-hmm. So everybody calm the fuck down, because I know everybody's going to be like there's going to be like 5 dumb people in the comments later. And I know that no matter what I say, but yeah,
we're used to it at this point. So it is 8:00/7 p.m. Central Standard Time, which means that you guys can hop on over to the couch, which is in the Discord. Oh gosh, I'm gonna burp. Which is in the Discord. Is in the Discord of the is in the description. There we go. Ha. No, the link to the Discord is in the description. My bad.
There we go.
There we go. Still do. Weebo used to be smart, like Magnolia. I'm curious as to what you mean by that. Still do. I'm not quite sure what he's talking about. Used to be smart. Have I regressed? Oh no, I'm curious as to what you mean by that. Anyway, so if you'd like to ask me and SDA and I, sorry, that's incorrect grammar, questions about, you know, advice that you have, or, you know, you're looking to solve the problems that you have, that you need advice from our combined, 43 years of life experience?
Yes, at this point.
Send your advice to the couch in the professional
Discord,
which is linked in the description down below.
SDA reminds you of whomst now? Who is... Wait. I don't know who that is.
Who? Where?
It's up a little higher.
All right. Here is a link to the Discord and the chat if it's not working, because sometimes that happens. Discord has a tendency to kind of just recalibrate itself, I guess you could say. And so links that used to be universal, non-ending links don't always have
we'll have to get a new link then.
Only advice questions, guys. Only advice questions in the couch. Oh god, I'm dying. You know, yelling at children can be exhausting for one's voice. Can you English today? Apparently not. Dish out the Discord description, dude. Yep, I'm having issues. All right, so are we having discussion in the chat?
Damn. We have a couple in there.
Oh, we already have. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Today. So Check Your Logic asked how to handle having a series of disturbing, insane, flat out weird dreams. More often than not, I find myself forgetting dreams almost immediately after I wake up from them. I mean, yeah, at first they're still fresh in your mind, but over the day, as you go through the course of your day, they just kind of become less at the forefront, and you even at certain times tend to forget them. So I would do things that distract you from remembering things about the dream, especially if they're just, you know, that much in the forefront of your mind. Mainly because the dreams that you normally have, unless there's anything like super bad or reoccurring, they usually will kind of just fade into relative obscurity and only leave you with like an uneasy feeling when you're thinking about it, or a notion of what it was about, at least in my case. See, the Discord situation is not as clear as you two think it is. Yes, it is!
Yes, it is. Be quiet.
I'm just having trouble with my English today.
Yeah. What advice would you give to someone who overworks themselves? I don't know, because sleep is for the weak and rest is for the dead.
Coffee is very important. Make sure you get at least 6 hours of sleep. Because I know not always, if you're busy, can you get like the full 8 hours like I'm supposed to get?
Yeah, I don't know when the fuck the last time that happened was.
Exactly. But at least 6 hours of sleep, at least in my case, and I can be functional. Anything
in my case, nicotine.
Nope. Yeah, caffeine is my one vice in life. What else?
Nicotine.
What other advice? Good walking shoes. Something that you can like lounge around in. Good, you know, make sure you're comfortable. Make sure you're wearing stuff that isn't going to like make you feel uncomfortable while it is that you're overworking yourself, because you want to be as comfortable as you possibly can while you're overworking yourself.
Hydrate, water. Sorry. Yeah,
yes,
water. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, make sure that you are, if while you are having a mental breakdown and caffeinating / nicotating yourself to death, make sure you also have to pee the entire time.
Yeah, best advice, don't stream after midnight, unless, of course, you happen to be, I don't know, monkey. But just in general, try to refrain from overworking yourself. I know I have that problem where I don't actually realize that I'm overworking myself until I have like a breakdown.
So life advice, don't be an author.
Or anything akin to, well, I see, I have all of these things that I like to do. Like I like to volunteer, I like to work, I like to do video stuff, I like to, you know, make food, I like to go on walks or whatever. And you know, I have a job, and then at school I do YouTube on top of my job. I volunteer, I go out of my way to do that. And I have all of the homework that I do for both of my majors. And so as a result, I am always very busy, and I find myself, I also have my singing group that I do, like, you know, 2 rehearsals a week for several hours at a time, plus, you know, sectionals that we have to get together for as well. And you have to kind of make time for certain things, but something's got to give eventually if you are overworking yourself. So just realize that if you do choose to be as busy as I choose to be, you have to be able to handle it. 1, 2, you have to be willing to not have any free time. Me. And 3, realize when it's too much and cut something out.
Ask for help, for the love of God.
Yes,
ask for help. And another thing too is this is something working for myself, and another thing too is that if you're going to work for yourself, realize that there's not really going to be a way to not feel like you're overworked and stressed out. That's just going to happen. And when you learn to accept that, you find that you're a little less stressed. And so you can kind of bear the burden a little bit. And so ask for help because you will be surprised at the help that you can get in just small places. And the other thing is that see what you can put off tomorrow, like till tomorrow. And I'm not saying like procrastinate, but I mean like the little tasks that just pop up into your head, like, oh, I need to check on this. If that can wait till tomorrow, take out your calendar and put a reminder like on Friday, do this, and just allocate those things out, those tiny little things out. And that will pretty much take care of that. That's what I do. And I've been doing that. And that has really freed up a lot of my time, and I feel a lot better because I don't panic about those things anymore. So that is another thing you can do.
Oh yeah, we can't forget about the FBI cadet doing stuff that I am, and crime syndicates that I run on YouTube. Thank you, Fazno, for reminding me of all of my busyness. Oh my god. No, we're not doing the Pina Colada song in the chat. Hey, dude.
Just popped into my head. Oh my god.
If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. Sorry.
No, stop it. Are we doing sing-alongs on the road trip? Oh, speaking of, I still gotta finish planning the fucking road trip. Okay, all right. Tressa, calm down. I got other shit to finish. God damn it. See? This is...
Yeah, you also have to do the road trip. Also, you said you had notes for me on my outline. I've been waiting for those for like 2 days. It's okay, don't worry about it. Right.
Give me till tomorrow. Probably Tuesday.
Yeah, okay. I will remind you then.
Yeah,
remind me then. So how do you reassure two dogs that their second owner isn't leaving them forever? Ah! Let me finish the question. So their second owner isn't leaving them forever when you leave her at home after 5 months on the truck. That's not a problem that I usually have. Actually, no, it is, because I have to leave Daphne every couple of months to go back to school and then only see her for like a week at a time. And then I guess she forgets about me or whatever. I guess make sure that the puppers have someone to care for them that they can depend on when it is that you're not there for them. Because that goes a long way. And they got to be a really good person who's really good at taking dogs, like somebody who's going to brush them out, who's going to feed them whenever it is that you need them to feed the dog, who's probably going to give them lots of love and cuddles and pets, give them a lot of outdoor time, take them walking, trim their nails if that's necessary, unmat any knots that happen to come up, make sure that the doggos, there we go, because I was looking at Coley's in the corner. Make sure that the doggos are well cared for when you're not there to care for them yourself. And the separation won't be as hard because they won't be requiring someone to take care of them as much if there is someone there already. SDAU.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, like, if the person is acting like a second owner, then it shouldn't be as hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like it will be, but
Oh, I misunderstood the question. So hey dude, he's with them all the time, but if you leave them for like 5 minutes after they've been with you for forever, they're gonna get the impression that you're leaving them for a duration of time.
Oh, it's separation anxiety.
Yeah, so maybe just give them a lot of toys to play with while it is that you're out. Maybe turn on the TV so it makes them feel like they're not alone.
I would look up some more. Instead of asking us, I would look up some actual separation anxiety training and go from there.
Well, I know what we do with Ginger because she's actually here right now. You always make sure that if you're leaving your dog alone, that they have something to kind of do. Because otherwise they're just going to lay around and do nothing all day, waiting for you to come home. But what we do with Ginger, and this is especially during the 4th of July when the fireworks happen, we turn on the TV so that she's not like alone, especially when she gets scared by the fireworks. But even then, you turn on the TV, you put on a movie or something for however long as it is you're going to be away, so that they have something to kind of listen to make it seem like they're not alone. And then give them something to do, because otherwise, they're not, their separation anxiety is solely focused on the fact that you're not there, rather than being distracted by a toy or a movie or something. Give them something to do, look at, listen to, stuff like that. I definitely think that would help. Danku Phoenix, how do I make sure people watch and share my YouTube videos? Small channel life. You gotta advertise to people. Kind of. So you gotta self-promote on Twitter, especially. So hashtags are really important. In addition to that, make sure that you're promoting yourself to other YouTubers with a following, just to kind of, don't like shove in their face exactly what it is you want them to watch at any given point in time. But for instance, get their attention maybe. Type in their comments section about a video you made relating to what it is that they're talking about. And maybe, you have some ideas that you want to share. Maybe get them on a live stream so you guys can have a conversation, build that rapport. Maybe you want to shill in their Discord. That's what the Discord shill sections are for, to kind of get your channel out there, to improve upon your audience. Maybe inform people that, hey, this is what I'm about. This is what my channel does. Because YouTube's not going to do it for you more often than not. You have to make that effort, because that like trending topic video thing that you make, it's only going to come around every once in a blue moon. It's only going to be as effective as you are at marketing. And I'm not even the best at marketing, so I'm still working on it. Yeah, all creators are in AP.
Yeah.
Do you have any to add?
No. Do I have it? No.
Okay.
We're all currently, don't do political stuff. We're all currently getting fucked up the ass. Sorry. This is supposed to be family friendly. We are all currently getting fucked up the ass.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Like this is like, I don't think it'll stay like this forever, but this is currently a bad time, is what I'm going to say. Like, I'm just not a pessimist like that, but currently it's a bad time. So, so it could be a good time to start, but if that's the kind of content you're doing, just know right now it's going to be a rough start. So that's another thing to just keep in mind.
Don't let yourself get discouraged.
Yeah. So just, like most importantly, just keep improving and go from there. So,
so the next one that we have is from Kotakin 1928. How do I seem more interesting to other people?
Dye your hair red. Sorry.
This is actually a good question. Because there's no clear answer for that. Reason being is because different people are interested in different things. So you can't, be appealing to the masses, to every single person that you meet. Some people are just going to find you drab and droll and not be interested in what it is that you have to say. And that's okay. That's something that not a lot of people understand on the onset. That's okay to not be liked by everybody. It's fine.
What?
Appeal to the people that you appeal to, because you talk about things that you're passionate about. I
disagree.
It's important to be genuine. SDA?
Everybody has to like me all the time or I'm going to die.
Are you sure about that?
What?
Make sure that you're talking about things that you're interested in, and people who are also interested in that subject will genuinely be interested in what it is that you have to say. Nah, dog.
I don't like this answer.
You don't like my answer? That not everyone is going to be interested?
Yeah, what the hell?
Not every content is for every single person.
Oh, or I thought, wait, is this about YouTube or is this about life? Just
in general. This can be, for life, but it can also be specifically.
I want everyone to. Okay, I'm just kidding. But you know what? You're right, because yeah, like even doing cool things like writing books doesn't even make people like you. A lot of people don't think that's interesting.
I had to reconcile many years ago the fact that not everyone was going to be on the Weebo train, and that's totally fine. I don't need to force people to like me. I don't. Not everyone has to like me. Not everyone has to like my sense of humor, who I am as a person.
Only idiots don't like me. And so that's how I filter through terrible people.
Okay.
But if you don't like me, you're clearly Satan.
I get it. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I have weird mannerisms that some people find annoying, and that's totally cool.
I don't understand why anybody would like me.
I have a tendency to irk people in just this specific way. So you're saying you're not going to subscribe to my paint drying channel? Well, Jedi Petomon, if the paint drying channel is interesting, I might just do that. But you have to speed up the process a little bit. I want to be on a Weebo train.
That got weird really fast.
Okay, let's go on to the next.
All right, moving on.
We have
so
2 more minutes.
question. Sorry, Weebo. Weeb writes. It's okay. She can answer. How can I make female characters in a story read like it wasn't a guy who wrote it? So this is going to go both ways for both men and women. Sorry. Men writing female characters and women writing male characters. If you're, confused either way, first of all, ask women, if you're confused about anything. So if you're confused about how, say, a woman might think through a certain situation or, vice versa, I'm just going to go with the question, but apply the gender swap because I'm not going to do it from here on out. So, ask a woman how she would think through a situation in particular and just go from there. But more or less, what you really want to do is go through those monster character profile sheets that you're totally using. And you really want to tailor it to the personality more than anything. So you really want to use the personality more than just like, here's what a woman would do. However, the fact that it is a woman is going to, have a lot to do with that. So you do want to keep that in mind as well. However, it's not everything. So it's going to be a lot down to personality, but there are certain things that, not that a woman would never do, but that generally speaking, a woman probably wouldn't do. But still, a lot of it comes down to personality. So you want to write, so to get a more genuine feeling character, you want to write a very deep and consistent personality. And that's where it really is going to come out feeling more genuine than anything else. So that would be my advice. But also, if you're confused about something, I don't know, ask a woman. That's what I do when I'm like, I don't know if a man would do this. I ask a man.
So the difference between men and women for me has always been women think more with like in the context of not as practically, like not upsetting people as much, whereas men think more in the context of, well, what is more practical, not minding how other people take things in that sense. But of course, there's variance across the board with regards to the genders. It does really depend on the character themselves.
And it depends on personality, upbringing, the situation, which is where personality comes in.
Mm-hmm. Because all characters, all people are different. I just expressed a very general consensus of what it is that I've seen that's typical with the genders. But
exactly,
I don't fit my own mold of stereotype. So I would not write me as a typical female that I see.
Right.
I would write me
Whereas
as me.
you could write me quite that, like in real, I know it doesn't seem that way online, but in real life, you could write me quite like that. So that's why while yes, there are a lot of things that, that would influence that on gender, you really want to go through those, you want to have really deep character profiles and you want to focus more on that.
I would also venture
about it.
I would also venture to pose that you think about what it is that the character has set as a priority.
Mm-hmm.
and go from there. Not just personality, but like what is their priority? What is going to help them achieve their specific end goal? And what would make the most sense?
Well, yeah, that's in my character profiles.
Yeah. So there's that.
That's in there for me.
Now we are 2 minutes over. I'm just gonna. Did we answer the last one?
How do I make small talk? I don't know how you make small talk.
Small talk, just talk about your interests. Talk about people that you have in common. Talk about literally anything. Just start talking. And if the person wants to reciprocate, then they will. If they don't, then don't force it. Because otherwise, it's not going to be a good time for you. Then that's oddly that. All right, so stupid comment time. Is that what we got going on? Is that what we do? I forgot. It's been so long. Yes, it's stupid comment time. My favorite part of the show. The part that I proposed for a very specific reason, and that is your girl Weebo has lots of stupid comments. And SCA, I told you I was going through a dry spell of stupid comments recently.
You did.
So I decided to do a thing yesterday that would definitely, absolutely, 100% totally get me in with the people that I need to be in with to get stupid comments. So I have a plethora of stupid comments. I only selected a few of them, but some of them are from 2 weeks ago because we haven't done a Sunday show recently.
Yes,
some of them
we
are
have
from
not.
Yesterday. And so we're going to get into that. Starting with Yufio Answer. Not that he gave a stupid comment. I just wanted to kind of take a moment to respond to what it was that he had to say. And this is from so long ago.
Oh my God.
Yep. All right. So.
You know what? You're going to read this.
I will read this. So the Yufio
I'm sorry. Nope.
No, I understand. So the Yufio Answer, and hopefully this is an apt response to his questions. This had to do with an abortion video. I can't remember which one specifically it was, but I'll probably realize it while I'm reading this again. So you believe the Democrats and liberals have not been pushing for safe education and contraceptive access. You do know it's Democrats who push to properly fund free health clinics that give contraceptives for free. Pause. So what I said was that it has been a main focus on both party sides. It's either you're evil if you abort or you're evil if you don't let women abort. There hasn't been a lot of conversation with regards to, contraceptive cares and oh, I can zoom in on this. Fantastic. Sorry, I didn't know about that. Oh, if you just click on the image.
Yeah.
So there hasn't been a lot of talk about safe-sex. Not from my experience in the mainstream media, there hasn't been as much of a push from neither our politicians nor our mainstream media outlets for safe-sex education and contraceptive access, as opposed to what we have been talking about for the last several months with regards to abortion. So that was my point. I know that they do it. I just don't think that they do it as much as they push abortion. And that's the problem.
And to just, if I may, to say, you do know it's Democrats who push to properly fund free health clinics that give contraceptives for free. Well, that has nothing to do with safe sex education. I mean, that point doesn't. So like that, so to use that point to back up pushing safe sex education, that is completely unrelated.
Yeah, safe sex education would happen in your high schools. It would happen in, community centers. It would even, it
would happen in high school and middle school.
Well, it would happen in high school, middle school, but it would also happen, I don't know if you guys ever watched Parks and Recreation, but it could feasibly also happen in senior centers as well, because I don't know if you guys know this, but there is a necessary element there to conducting safe sex education amongst seniors as well. Because even after high school, not a lot of people realize, even after they've done certain things, that this is exactly what this is all about, that this is what you have to do, that this is, how things go. The education on every level for pretty much every age group has been lacking. And the only real way to actually understand that is to either talk to a professional, look it up for yourself, or talk to your parents. And if you don't know that you need to actually look into this more, then you don't know what it is that you're missing information-wise. So that is why we need to facilitate that amongst every demographic on every level. So it's not just in high schools, but free health clinics are places that you go when it is that you need something, not before it is that you need those things, right? So
yeah, and not only that, but we know that one of the best ways to stop unplanned pregnancies is with education. So, and that's how you stop abortions.
Yeah, so we need to continue on because it's a very long comment and I have a whole bunch. No, you're fine. And it's the Republicans and Christian organizations that try to defund those clinics since they're opening. So I think what he's talking about is, because he doesn't give an actual example, but from my perspective, it's only been Planned Parenthood, not so much other free health clinics. I don't know. I would have to ask for an actual specific example before I'd actually had a conversation with him about
Planned Parenthood. And Planned Parenthood does offer the information. But the thing about Planned Parenthood is that Planned Parenthood is only in specific areas. And there are some states that only have one Planned Parenthood. And Planned Parenthoods, we can talk about the history of Planned Parenthood and the racist history of Planned Parenthood and the overall socioeconomic impacts that it has had. And, Planned Parenthood is not something that is accessible to everyone.
But I think what he doesn't quite, because if we go on to say, and if we go on in what it is that he has to say, and what Republicans want to do with Planned Parenthood, because he does mention it. Also, who do you think wants abstinent education in schools? Hint, it's not the liberals. See, what I was getting at here was a very broad perspective on both sides. From the perspective of, I think we've oriented our gaze in the past several months. The focus hasn't been on all of these other things. It's been solely on that of abortion, from what I've seen. I have yet to see an article, and just in passing while I'm looking, talking about safe-sex education, contraceptive access, post-birth options. Actually, no, a lot of the post-birth options have always been, oh, well, it's worse to be in the foster system than to just, be offed before birth. There has been a focus on peddling abortion or arguing against it wholesale. There has not been a lot of conversation with regards to pre and post pregnancy solutions. And that's what I was concerned about. And that's what I was talking about within this video.
Well, and what was funny, like the one time on stream that we even talked about the post-birth options, meaning how to fix that. Like we practically got crucified in the chat with people freaking the fuck out. And so,
that's a whole different discussion. I'll probably do like another stream at some point, just separately with regards to focusing on this, because we don't have enough time to get into all the thing. So, to go on, this was what I was talking about at the beginning of the episode from Johnny Sandtrap. He wants me to get rid of USDA.
Oh.
You want to read this? It's about you.
Get rid of red issues and using you to scoop your viewers and sell LOL books. And what? Oh, cyberbeg, etc., etc. Bad look, also obvious. Chick can't even read. Neither one of us can read, okay? First of all, we're both illiterate.
Yeah. I've said this a number of times. I have trouble reading all the time. I even have trouble with my English from time to time. So, Johnny, come on. Don't be rude. I know you're not a fan of SDA. You don't have to watch the professional streams. But I'm not getting rid of it.
And why is books in quotations? What the fuck? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Are they not books?
Are they not? Give me, hold on. Just give me, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I have a problem with that.
I think she muted herself. I think she's going to go get her books. All right. Hopefully she's back soon. Hashtag keep SDA. I agree. I quite enjoy SDA's company. And as we all know, everything that I'm not gonna waste my time doing something that I don't enjoy. All right.
Can we unshare the screen real quick?
Yeah, we can unshare the screen.
Why are we in quotes?
That's an actual book, guys.
This is a book.
Legit book.
It's got pages and a back and a dust jacket. Like this is, and it's got me in it. Look, that's me.
I like how you took this opportunity to subtly promote your books too.
Whoa, like fuck you. Sorry. If you want signed copies, I have signed copies and an audiobook, and it's an actual book. Like, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
I'm just very confused as to why that was a plot.
Yeah, but I like SDA. I'm not getting rid of her. All right. Sorry to disappoint, but I have other content that does not have SDA in it. So, you know, there's options. There are definitely options. Continuing on. So yesterday, I told you I got in trouble with the Twitter sphere. This was intentional.
I was like, scrolling through that today. I was like, I don't know what this is, but I'm sure. Then I noticed it. I was like, is this still happening? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it went up forever. And for whatever reason, like I get it. Nessa's a big deal. But the Anna Diop stands out there are vicious. Okay, SDA? They are vicious. Thank you to Tuscan Trudy who donated $10 over on the Streamlabs labs to say we love SDA. See, I can't speak properly, all right? I don't know what this is about. Anyway, so I decided to poke the bear a little bit. And I did it rather well, I'd say, because I got a lot of attention for it. So I'm perfectly okay with this. The same people who are calling out artists lightening Nessa's skin are likely the same people who celebrated when Anna Diop was cast as Starfire or when they blackwashed Heimdall, Deadshot, Nick Fury. This isn't about consistency. It's about seeing how far you can push your hypocrisy. You would have thought that I had personally seen to it that Jim Crow laws were in effect this year. Ladies and gentlemen, you would have thunk that I was sporting a Trump hat and the toupee itself and all 90 extra pounds that man has on his person at all times. All right? You would have thought that I had personally massacred Hillary Clinton, but I did not. All right? No. So what I did was I posted this, and it was a whole big thing. All right? So I got a whole
big thing. I saw this.
That was the post. And so this lovely, dot person 19 hours ago, Starfire is an alien whose energy depends on heat, hence giving their species melanin. Pause. All right? My hair.
That's not how melanin works.
No, that's not how melanin works.
Sorry.
One, two,
what?
My hair has melanin in it. You want to know why? That's what gives it color. Lady, anyway.
That's not how melanin works. Also, I finished season 3 of the 100. I thought now is a good time to tell you.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole separate thing. We'll talk about that at Midnight Power Hour.
I'm sorry. That just popped. I was like, oh, by the way.
Yeah, I get you. Apparently white people can't even eat spicy food without turning their faces red. Why is this a stereotype? Why?
I don't know. You know what it is? Like, here's the thing. Can I just, real quick, here's why European dishes don't have spices in them. Spices don't grow in Europe. All right, cool.
Can't handle them.
Like, I'm glad we had this freaking talk. Also, here's how spices work. The things in your tongue that allow you to taste spice also are receptors that make you feel hot. And for some people, those receptors are also connected to pain. For some people, they aren't. So for some people, it is actually physically painful to eat spicy food. And for some people, it's not. And there are varying levels of this.
And yeah.
So that's a thing, okay? Yeah. So quit being a judgy little bitch.
I love spicy food personally myself. I'll eat tacos all day long with the extra spicy mild sauce, all right?
Yeah, I enjoy spicy food to a point. I'm like one of this sort of in-between people.
Yeah, no, I go all the way. I eat extreme. And then this is always fun to hear. Can't even stand in the sun for 2 minutes without sizzling. They swear they were pharaohs. Jeez. I had whiplash, all right, SDA. I had whiplash back to my worst.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh no, it's 2 in 1. It's those controversies in one.
Yeah. And so it continued. The dot person came back with this nuclear hot take. Wildfire, who's actually Coriander's brother, by the way, has dreads, and so does Starfire, which further proves that Tamarinians are based on black people. Paradot. Okay, pause, all right? because not enough people know these fun facts that I'm about to dish out for y'all. All right. Dreadlocks can be had by anyone regardless of their race. Furthermore, the oldest dated representation of a person wearing dreadlocks is not from an African nation. All right, it's not. It's from Minoan civilization. Minoan as an ancient Greek, pre-ancient Greek. This is before your your Hellenistic Greeks. All right, this is prior to your Mycenaean Greeks. This is the Minoan Greeks. All right, and they had dreadlocks, and they are the oldest documented representation of Greeks with braided hair, dreadlocks. All right, so I don't want. All right. This person is a special kind of dum-dum, and it irked me. Anyway,
well,
so
look,
we're not.
Here's the thing about hair. As a hand theory major, that I'll say, people have been putting their hair into things and stuff as a way of protecting it and getting it out of the way for a very long time. And as it turns out, we all do it in very similar ways because it works. Who'd have thought? There are only so many ways you can freaking do it, dude. Like, anyway. Continue. Are you saying things? Weebo?
Oh, can you not hear me at all?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I had myself muted. I don't know why. I wonder how much you guys actually heard. Anyway.
I don't know.
No, you're fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal.
You're
But
okay.
this person called me homegirl. And they said, when you used Corey as an example, you don't know how hard that ish sent me. Corey is Tamarinian, which these beings take and absorb UV lighting, much like
what?
Yeah, but they don't turn it into star bulbs. That's the difference. That is the
Wait, they absorb UV lighting much like black people? Are you saying that all human beings don't absorb UV light?
No,
Hold
apparently
on.
we don't. And
Hold
we don't
on.
absorb.
Wait a minute. Okay. All right. Look,
the only difference is they can project it.
This is the dumbest shit ever. Because here's the thing, okay? And this is not where I want to go with this because this is so off the point. But now because you're into like this dumb ass argument, because you're taking it here, not me. The reason why people got paler, because like here's the thing, the design of these characters isn't even based on any of this shit, okay? They're just orange. But anyway.
Okay, but there's more. There's more.
Hold on.
We need to continue.
Hold on.
Okay.
The reason why people got paler was so that they could more efficiently absorb UV light. So, like, it'd literally be the opposite if that was what the characters were based on, which it wasn't. So you're doing it wrong.
Can I go now?
Yeah, you can go. I'm just, like, upset.
She had orange skin, hun. Did you watch this show? I'm about to lose my marbles because yes, I did watch the freaking show. I watched the whole freaking season and I made a 40-minute episode of Weebo Hates This Crap. All right, and she was not orange.
Oh my god, Blind Patriot just asked your boy Pat if he was solar powered. I feel like that just released all the tension in Weebo. Oh my god.
Okay, all right.
All right, that just murdered me.
we need to go on.
Oh my god.
I have more.
I'm not done. Okay. All right.
So Brooklyn asks, and who the hell is walking around completely yellow, weirdo? The character is an alien. To which I respond, who wants to share the Gamora picture from Guardians of the Galaxy to explain to this remarkably dense individual the magic of cinematic makeup and bringing non-human representations to life accurately? To which she responds, "It's called Guardians of the Galaxy, you dumb F." Which means it makes sense her character is in full green makeup. Context is everything, and a tall orange alien walking around Chicago, Detroit wouldn't blow over well when she's undercover. Oh, I didn't know you had an in with the writers at DC streaming service Brooklyn. I didn't know this. I'm sorry. I'll never overstep again. You got me. Sorry. I'm very salty about this. Then there's this lovely woman, Ray. White people finding racist caricatures funny, excusing it as jokes, and shitposting finding black people anger funny doesn't surprise anybody. It was with regard. Hang on, I think. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, so she said this, and I responded with, "Actually, I'm almond-colored, you bigots. Get my skin tone shade exactly right, or I'll passive-aggressively shame tweet you again." She actually deleted this, so I couldn't see it again. But I took a picture of it, and I posted it, and I said, "Here's the post since it's been deleted, but if you really want to get really anal about skin shades, my skin is almond with orange undertones." And I took this. Okay, this was a joke, all right? My skin tone isn't actually almond, but it was the almond white, not almond, okay? But it's a joke because it's based in the Nessa controversy. If you're familiar, they're having issues with the fact that Nessa was colored a little bit too light for the fans and what they're comfortable with. And they don't like that. And then there was this whole conversation about how she was being drawn in different lighting and how, oh, she's just brown with orange undertones. And just all of this nonsense. It's a whole thing. And then I took a picture on Instagram recently, and they followed me to Instagram, it seems, because I get this random comment: "I can sense your privilege all the way over here." Brah. Really? And I think that's the end of it. I hope that's the end of it. Dear God, I hope that's the end of it.
Well, if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, things you want to ask, things you want to say, things you want to add, now is the time for question because it's chat time. So feel free to ask your questions. Also, if you guys would like to make your money, our money, there is a link to the Streamlabs down in the description below. So, yeah.
Apparently I'm hot even when I'm screaming. I am actually a little bit hot right now. I don't have my fan going. It's hot in here. And for whatever reason, my room doesn't circulate air the way that it should. So I am a little bit sweaty. The cat started freaking out. Oh, I'm sorry, Phasma4. Did I start freaking out your cat? Mine's still asleep. He's just kind of curled up there in the corner.
He didn't like He's all of that, just nothing.
Hang on. I'm going to take a picture.
I don't give a fuck.
Coolly.
Oh, so we've had like a nest, a bird nest in our garage.
Yeah.
These past couple of weeks. Like I noticed it because it's like right by our door. And so I opened the door one day and just like bird right in my face. And I was like, oh my God. And so I was like, oh shit, that's a nest. And then by the time like we saw it, there are already eggs in the nest. So
oof.
So there have just been like, you know, birds and like baby birds. Aww. And today, so like
they tried to learn how to fly and they failed.
No, well, so it's been like the last couple of weeks, like, you know, there were like they were eggs and then they were babies. And then today, they learned to fly and we actually caught it and we actually got to see them like learning to fly like in the garage and actually like leaving the garage. It was really cool and it was really adorable.
Aw.
Yeah.
Birds are the best.
It was really cute.
I bet.
Yeah. SDA, you've thought of a time to have the spoiler stream for the Rosie books. I haven't. I have not.
We'll get to it eventually.
Yeah, at some point. At some point.
Oh, Dax is having a fight with one of the people. You know what I don't get, right? Is right? I pointed out that this is what blackwashing is, right? Because I made that comment, and nearly every single response I've gotten back is, blackwashing is not a thing. And I'm just like, but yes, it is. And I've proven it to you. And this is what it is. Like, Heimdall himself is supposed to be white, all right? The Norse god of, like, seeing things in the future has literally been described as one of the whitest of gods. Okay? Heimdall, who is played by Idris Elba in Thor, in all of the Thor movies, right? Is supposed to be the whitest of gods in a Norse mythology. Norse mythology, all right? I'm pissed not because, like, okay, I'm not pissed because they turned they turned Heimdall into Idris Elba. I'm pissed because there's a lack of consistency here, all right? If I could just get a little bit of consistency, we would be grand. But no, there is whitewashing and there's only whitewashing. There's no yellow washing, there's no black washing. There's no any other color of washing. It's only whitewashing that's a thing. And that just, like, we have evidence to the contrary, direct evidence to the contrary. And if I propose that evidence, it's like, oh no, we're going to wiggle out of it any way that we can. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing, SDA. It's not a thing. Except that it is. Okay? Maybe don't call it blackwashing. Call it something else. But it is a thing. And there's no consistency. And that's what I was talking about. And they're getting so pissy about it and calling me cracker. Which doesn't annoy me, actually, at all. It's just the deliberately dense thought process that they have. That's what's irksome. Like, the insults I can take, but it's just deliberately circumventing the issue and, like, coming up with alternative explanations of just deliberately being dense. Because you're trying to pose a narrative, rather than just accepting it and be like, yeah, so what? It's fine. Like, I'll take those people any day. Like, the people that are like, oh, we are owed character representation. Because I can have a conversation with them. But the people that are just like, no, I can't have a conversation with them. They're just so in denial about it. Yeah, the double standards kill me. Johnny Storm was blackwashed, and that's actually kind of hilarious because his sister was not. I didn't even see the movie, but I recall this controversy. It was a whole thing. The same ones that are calling you racist are being racist. Yes, exactly. Thank you, your boy Pat. You get it.
I was just gonna say real quick, because Lion Patriot asked me about the Rosie stream. I don't even know that I should be the one to do that because I don't know what I would talk about. Because it's more like you guys that want to talk about it. And I kind of feel weird doing it. So, like, if you guys want to do a stream and talk about the book, I think you guys should probably talk about it. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So, guys, this is your question time. I know, I'm sorry, I got a little bit carried away with my ranting and ravings, because I do that from time to time, but if you feel the need to ask us questions about anything at all, feel free to. This is your time. We're dedicating it to you, even though I go off at some points. I'm trying not to. I'm working. I'm desperately trying not to. Johnny Storm, Jim West, Buddy Love, Dr. Doolittle, a lot of blackwashing there. Yeah. See,
Dr. Doolittle.
No, I don't feel refreshed. I just feel more annoyed because I have more things to say, but I don't want to, like, dominate the conversation, Phasno 4. But there is something else, right? So they claim that this isn't done on the basis of, like, incorporating more diversity into these areas of entertainment. But the thing is, right, it's a cheap way of incorporating diversity. If you're just taking characters of one skin color, persuasion, race, gender, whatever, sexuality, and you singularly just turn them a different race, don't change anything else about them, or you do change things about them, that's a little bit cheap, right? Because that character was a fully fleshed out character, their own character, prior to the racial swamp, the gender swamp, whatever it is you want to call it. And that's not genuine representation. If you want characters who have, like, race as an issue for their character, then you actually have to make a brand new character on the basis that this is what we're going to give the people. this is what we think will be successful. You can't just take a well-known character and go slap a coat of paint on it and be like, yeah, it's a brand new character, and you're going to love them. That's not how this works. You're going to get a lot of backlash that way. Hollydub, how do I get Weebo Jones to promote my video that she is in? It's going live right after this stream. Well, you just did. Polly and I did a collaboration video where we talked about women in the MCU, the hottest women in the MCU, and then the women that didn't make that list. So I think it's a two-parter, he said. It'll be... One of them will be up after the show. I don't know which one, but you can go check him out. He's probably link your channel in the chat if you would. SDA, you feel free to interrupt me whenever you want to, because I can go on for forever.
Oh, don't worry. I know how to wrangle Weebo. It's okay. Because look, all I'll do is tell people to go listen to my audiobook. Like a terrible person. I like hate it. Look, you know what? I hate it when people like get mad at me for that, as if it's not my, as if being an author is not my job. How dare you? I know. I know I'm terrible. I apologize. I'll go flog myself. If you don't want me to talk about my audiobook, though, you should absolutely, one, go buy it, or like go listen to it for free, and two, ask us freaking questions so we can do something different. You had no idea SDA and Weebo were friends.
Really?
Really?
Wait, where are you seeing that question?
Ocean.
Oh, Ocean Redux. Yeah. We're actually going to VidCon together this year, which is in less than a month. By the way, we should talk about that.
Oh yeah, we're going to VidCon together, and
yeah, we're going to be at VidCon, guys.
Yeah, we're going to be at VidCon together. I'm really excited. Yeah. Are we vlogging this?
We should, totally.
Yeah.
I'm gonna borrow my brother's camera, and we're just gonna have a great time.
I'm excited.
Me too.
I'm really excited about this. It's gonna be so much fun.
I'm ready. It's one of those things on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Thank you, $1 for the $5 on the Streamlabs. SDI asked, I delivered, stay awesome. And then Full Auto Skeptic with sorry about that, with $5 to say, oh Weebo, don't you know that misrepresentation of skin tone is only bad when white people do it? Come on, it's the current year. See, the thing is, it wasn't white people that was misrepresenting the skin tones. It was Japanese people that started the whole Nessa issue because they decided that they wanted to, I don't know, draw her in a different lighting, and people lost their collective minds over it. And so I kind of hopped on that bandwagon thinking, hey, this is how I can start some controversy, because I have hit a dry spell and I need some turmoil in my life.
On that note, we will also be at VidCon with Poisoning the Well. They will be there. I don't know who else is going this year. I know a lot of people are not going. Like, a lot of people have been like, I'm not going. But it was a lot of fun last year. So, and you can learn a lot by going, if you actually go to like the classes and stuff. So there's that.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're going to have fun.
I can't wait to meet them in person and then simultaneously get my face poked by Sophie. Sophine's glass. I can't wait to start bleeding for that man.
No, it's okay. Just look,
that's Spiky Boy.
As the spikes are just as dangerous as they look. They're like they're actual steel like spikes, and they're very heavy and they're very spiky. But it's okay. They're easy to avoid, sort of. Just it's really the wrist spikes you have to be careful of, because neither one of us are tall enough to be in head spike range. So because they're very tall men. So you're 5'2", you're a foot below either one. So you're out of face spike range, so you're good. It's the wrist spikes you got to be worried about. I've been almost murdered by wrist spikes a number of times.
Stabbed in the back like 8 times. How do you get those,
like
bro?
I just.
Well, funny you should ask. I got a hook from a very tall man, and there was some stabbing.
It's gonna be fun.
Not the kind. Yeah.
Because you're 21, so we're gonna have a fun time.
We are.
Yeah.
Your boy Pat. When are you gonna drop that diss track? When I'm good and ready. I do need to get working on that. So definitely annoy me about it all of the time because I'm gonna get so lazy, especially after the last 2 weeks I have. And then I write prostate says we should smoke some of the MJ in Cali when we're there, and all I have to say to that is I don't do drugs.
I'm not doing it. Nope, not my thing.
Oh, Devil Fruit Zero. What would you make a book about if you were to make one? Funny you should ask. I don't actually have a book that's published right now, but SDA is about to give me notes on an outline that I have for a book and a half that I'm working on.
I am.
That is basically medieval, not like Game of Thrones-esque, because there's actual genuine mythology type shenanigans involved in it. But it's like it's a thriller that involves some stuff and some things, you know.
And I have taken a look at it, and yeah, it's you're like me in that the roads that you go down are you're gonna have the same issue I have when people go, so what genre is it? You're gonna go, good question.
So many.
I don't know, because it's kind of like the same thing with you know, Rosalie, and with like, because urban fantasy for sure.
Well, it's not urban fantasy, it's medieval fantasy.
Oh, I mean, like for Rosalie too. Like even it's like for all my books too, because yours, like I don't know what I class yours either. Like I'm gonna have to look at it more in depth.
Yeah, there's a romance element. There's like the political
exactly
element.
Because
there's
like, you know,
rebellion elements, because there's like a whole rebel force. There's a whole like corrupt government system. There's and our main character, one of our main characters, is part of that corrupt political system, and she's caught in the middle of all of this nonsense. And there's spying involved, and there's the very first issue that we come across is in fact a jailbreak. And there is, in fact, a thief. He's not a nameless thief, though.
So you're probably more in the action adventure genre.
Well, the first book is all about the quest. The second book is all about like the political turmoil, and the third one is all about the war that eventually.
Yeah, I would say action adventure for you. It's just it's hard to class these things, like, because for example, you know. And it's not hard to class them because of your book. It's hard to class them because of all the other bullshit that they put in the genre that you're like, why is this the precedent for this genre? God damn it. Like urban fantasy, for example, you know, like adult urban fantasy. It's not just like fantasy in contemporary times. It's female-led fantasy with porn, and you're like, God damn it. So those are the things you have to be looking at. And so you're not just literally describing what it is, you're describing what it is against all the other things that are in the thing that you're describing. It's
yeah, no, I get that, and that's why I had trouble figuring out what it is that I wanted to like specify it as a genre. Action adventure and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Action adventure is probably going to be your main one, I think. I'll have to look at it again, and probably have to look at it when it's done, but yeah.
The last question I want to answer is because reasons. Would you two play a role-playing game? Definitely. I actually used to be part of SideQuest, so you know.
Like you mean like D&D and stuff?
D&D and stuff.
I play D&D.
Yeah. My boyfriend plays D&D. He's trying to get me to play D&D, but I don't have 5 hours every week to just carve out of my schedule and be like, yeah.
You know, it was funny. Tom and Francis were like, you're going to play. I got voluntold that I was playing D&D. I got voluntold I was playing D&D. So I play D&D now. And it's actually fun. I like it.
Mm-hmm. And with that,
it's forced fun once a week.
Forced fun. D&D requires your lifetime. It does.
It does. But you know what? For someone like me who will like just like, I'll sit down and like I won't stop working for like 12 hours at a time, and then I'll be like, oh shit. being voluntold that I have to have fun once a week for 5 hours straight, it wasn't a bad idea.
You're one of those people that absolutely needs to be mandated to be like, hey, we're gonna go do this fun thing, and you're gonna sit here and you're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
I feel that. All right, so everyone, we're gonna be back here Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 Central Standard Time. And the whole no, we're not gonna meet back here. That's SDA's channel. We made an SDA's channel. Oh my god.
I forgot. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, this feels wrong.
No, we're gonna meet at SDA's channel.
It's linked in the description. Figure out why.
Go sub to her. Make sure you guys have the notification bell. Click down. Make sure you're part of the Discord, because if you don't get notifications through YouTube, you'll definitely get them through the Discord. And happy Sunday, everybody.
Bye, guys.
I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Bye.